Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Justine, and this is State of Grace Tarot. And today is the 31st day of my 31 Days of Tarot challenge. The very last day. We made it, y'all. I'm so excited. It's definitely been a fun adventure, and I think well worth the exercise and the repetitive nature of getting in and doing at least one reading a day that isn't a personal question and part of my personal reflective practice. So, one of the things that I am enjoying doing is pulling a card for us all and seeing what message we need for the day out of the wisdom of the Oracle deck. So let me go ahead and do that for us. Get the day started off right, you know? All right, let's see. And we have why. Oop, oop, okay, I'm totally flipped around here. Now, this card is asking us to, really dig deep and look in the mirror and really think about our why and what drives us and why we are doing things or why we have certain situations in our life. Really looking at what the most important aspect of your life is and what's your driving force, and really understanding that so that you can take that and live your life with more intention and constantly going back to your why and seeing, does this action, does this decision align with this internal core of ourselves that is our own inner truth? Does it align? So that's what we're called to reflect on today. Let's pick our question. Pete says, I'm about to retire from the police force after 33 years, but there's one last person I want to see behind bars before I quit. He was involved in a hit and run accident that killed my young son. I've been tracking him for over a year now. Every time I'm about to close in on him, he's gone. I think someone on our police force is tipping him off. What do the cards indicate is going on around this situation? Will I ever catch him? So Pete is about to retire and he wants to know if he'll ever catch the person who killed his son, which is so tragic. Let's see what the cards have to say. So in the near future, we have the King of Cups. Our outside influences, we have the Ace of Wands. Our present outlook, we have the Magician. Our advice, the Nine of Swords. Our recent past, the Queen of Swords. And the outcome is the Seven of Pentacles. Now, I think, the oracle card of the day of why is really apt in his situation, in that, yes, he has this person out there who has killed his son that he wants to bring to justice. But maybe Pete needs to take a step back and really think about his why and if his young son would want him to devote his life and his remaining time on the police force chasing this person. So I see in the recent past, we have the Queen of Swords, which the Queen of Swords energy is someone who can bring clarity to a situation. You know, she's very wise and very stern and, you know, sees through any bullshit and sees directly through, you know, the situation. You know, she can read people, she can communicate clearly. And so maybe Pete in his recent past has had a run in with the Queen of Swords, and maybe this is his wife, um, you know, pointing to the fact that, you know, he needs to retire. He's been on the police force for 33 years. He needs to spend more time at home with her. Here in the present outlook, we have the Magician. And, you know, the Magician is the first card in the Major Arcana, card number 1. You know, the Magician has all the tools he needs. He's very smart. He's very um, connected, and you know, he can see very clearly. He's connected to the universe and the earth. You know, he knows what he needs to do, and he has the tools to do it. So to me, this is a very good present outlook for Pete. You know, maybe his why is, you know, very clear, and that maybe he's not necessarily, I don't want to say ruining his life chasing this guy, but you know, he has every tool that he needs in order to find this guy. Now, in the near future, I see the King of Cups, and you know, he's someone who is in control of his emotions and very intuitive, and you know, he can, you know, ride the waters and the ups and downs. And so, you know, I think he's very strong in his own power. So to me, you know, this feels like, you know, maybe Pete needs to go to someone who is maybe a little bit higher up in his department, someone who can help him gain some perspective here. In the environment or outside influences, we have the Ace of Wands. And aces are the seeds, the catalyst. The wands are of passion and fire and the driving force behind things. So to me, this says there's going to be an opportunity to catch this guy and see clearly that if someone is helping him, which I don't necessarily see that in these cards, but he's going to be able to find this guy and bring him to justice and then move on from that. And he needs to move on. Here in the 9, or in the advice, we have the 9 of Swords, which is all about, insomnia and letting your thoughts kind of take over and be a little bit like detrimental to your mental health. So the advice here is to find a way to break out of this cycle. And maybe there's a little bit of creativity that needs to happen in order to break out of the cycle, and to think of coming at the situation in a different way. In the outcome, we have the 7 of Pentacles, which is, a card of, taking a moment to pause and reflect and look at all you've accomplished. And, we see the farmer looking at his crops and seeing how abundant they are, and taking a moment to reflect on all the hard work that's gone into this. So to me, Pete is going to be able to look back on his success and, really feel like his career was a success, whether he catches this guy or not. Now, in the position 1, we have the catalyst, or, the thing to keep in mind, our most powerful asset. And we have the Sun, which is a beautiful card. And, we see the young kid riding the horse and the sunflowers. It's a high energy card, and of, being able to push forward and use the power within you to make things happen. The Sun is, very nurturing. So to me, this is a great sign that Pete is going to be able to find this person. He needs to maybe shine light on his situation, have somebody come in and help him. We see, the Magician, our current outlook, he's kind of pointing to the Queen of Swords and the King of Cups. Maybe there's 2 people in this situation that can help him. Maybe he can look at things from a different perspective. Maybe he needs to track or look at a female companion of this guy that was involved with the hit and run, in order to find him and find an opportunity to be able to bring him to justice. Whatever it is, Pete has the power within him, and he just needs to move forward with that, and knowing that he has all the tools he needs, and not let the angst bring him down. That's the message that I'm getting from the cards today. Let me know your thoughts. Or do you read these cards any differently? Thank you all so much for joining me on this wild ride of 31 days of tarot. It's been really fun. And I will see you again soon.